Hi, this is Kelly from Health Centered Life, and I wanted to talk about how to build a business when you don't really feel like you have time. I know a lot of us have other commitments. We maybe have a job or another business that we're running, or we have a lot of kids, or maybe have one kid, and we just feel like we can't make this work with the amount of time that's in a day. So I have three kids of my own. One is still nursing. She's only 10 months old today as of the time that I'm taking this video. And I just want to encourage you, it's possible to do. There are a few ways that have helped me, and some of these may apply to you and some of them may be a little bit out of reach right now. But I want to start with number one, figure out when you're your best and work then. So if it's early morning for you, then get up really early. This may not be easy, but it has really helped me lately. I am a morning person. I'm able to just hop out of bed and pretty much be functional. I do love my coffee as well, but I've noticed that if I go to bed a little earlier, as soon as usually I get my kids down and I just try within the next hour, hour and a half to go ahead and be in bed myself, then I can get up pretty early in the morning. Now, my sweet spot is around 5 or 5:30. Now, that may not be, may not be your jam, but for me, that is when it's magical because no one's up yet. My littlest will not wake up for at least another hour, hour and a half. And I have that quiet time in the morning to just prepare for my day and decide what I want to accomplish or get those really must-dos out of the way right then. Now, it's good to have a running list of the things that you're trying to do and to keep that list reasonable. If you're like me, you might have a tendency to just put a ton of things on there and say, do today. So I've learned to just make that a this week kind of goal. Now, another thing that you can do is get help. So if your kids are not in school, or if you just have something like your time is just not allowing you to get things done without the children around, see if you can find a neighbor or a friend that might be able to just watch them for an hour or two. You'd be surprised how much you can do with focused time working instead of trying to do it while your kids are at your feet. I still do a little bit of that, but it is hard, and I can get so much more done in just an hour or two of focused time than I can if I've got the little ones asking me for things or expecting me to be available to them when I can't. So that's another thing. You might even trade off with a friend or family member to take care of their kids for a little while, and they take care of yours for a little while. Now, if you can, hire someone because help is just really the amount that you can scale your business is going to be dependent on how much you can get help. So we tend to, as women, like to just try to do it all. And I realized a long time ago, probably 2 or 3 years ago at least, that I couldn't do this alone. And I was either going to be failing at home stuff or I was going to be failing at business stuff, or I'd be doing both of them kind of mediocre in a mediocre way and then not really really thriving in either setting. So I used to get help with my kids and I would do my business, but now I'm realizing I need help with my business as well. There's a lot of things as your team grows in doTERRA that are going to require your time, and a lot of those things you can determine whether or not they're things you need to be doing or whether you can hire those out. Now, I have one of my very best friends in the world comes to our house and she helps us with all of the things. She helps with house stuff and she helps with my business stuff. Things that I'm able to delegate to her have really allowed me to have the time to do the things that only I do well, like making these videos or reaching out to my people and teaching about the benefits of oils and following up and making sure that my leaders are supported and things like that. Those are the things I need to be spending my time on, and not running numbers in my back office and not organizing my oil drawers and things like that. So keep that in mind and try to delegate as much as you can to others. Now, there are ways to get really affordable virtual assistants as well. So if having someone in your home is not a possibility or hiring someone local to you, look into the option of virtual assistants because there are people in other countries that are willing to work for it's fair wages for them because their cost of living is so much lower than in the US, but they can do really quality work for you. So maybe you hire someone who can help make graphics for you or manage your social media or things like that. So I've got a virtual assistant as well, and it's very, very affordable. So that's a great way to start when you're just beginning to delegate some of your tasks. But you have to know what your tasks are in order to delegate any of them. So I just recommend you write out on a sheet of paper, or if you're a computer person, make a list all the things that you would like to do for your business in any given week or month. And then circle or star or highlight the ones that only you can do, and then look at ways to delegate the rest of that. You might even have a spouse or someone who's supportive of you that would like to help you out with that, or a teammate. Maybe someone's really good at newsletters and you can have them do that. So sometimes people will ask me, like, how do you do it all? You've got 3 kids, you're homeschooling, and I don't. And that's the truth of it, is that I don't do it all, and no one can do it all. So you're going to feel really, really stressed if you try to. So just figure out those things that only you can do and do those, and figure out a way to get the rest of it done. And one of the things that helps with this, because a lot of people say, well, I'm not even making enough right now to really warrant me doing this business. How can I afford to pay someone to help me with it? What I want you to do is think about where you want your business to go and how long it will take you to get there at the rate that you're going right now. And if you have goals for reaching something within a year, just think about if you were able to maybe sacrifice in one area to allow yourself to have help in this other area, how much faster are you going to get to your goals, and how much, your income will go up when you reach those different ranks. So think about the give and take. Yes, it may feel like a stretch, but anything worth doing is worth sacrificing for. And I'm grateful that we have made those sacrifices. And if I use a decent portion of my income to allow someone else to do some of that work for me so that I can continue to grow instead of staying stagnant, then that's a good thing. So I hope this has helped. I am always trying to come up with new topics for these videos. So if you have something you'd like for me to talk about, please shoot me a line. You can also check me out on healthcenteredlife.com, and I will look for you here.